Welcome back. Hello, everyone. Thanks for being there. Thank you for coming. Thank you for accompanying me tonight. Another day of making games, of talking about Rogue Engine. Let's see if the audio is working.
Hello, everyone.
There it is. Yeah, the audio. It's doing fine. There you go. All right. Okay. So, as always, thanks for being here. Say hello in the chat. leave a comment, subscribe, like, and all that I always say, because it helps, and if you're watching on Twitch, as always, we have some people that watch on Twitch, always leave a follow there on Twitch. We're trying to get, I think we're 3 people left to reach 50. So, hopefully we get to 50 soon. Let's hope so. Then we have Dan Ren. So cool to have you here, mate. Thank you for joining us. And I think there's this, but the legend Dan Ren, legendary Dan Ren. I think on Twitch I have this thing that I have to do. I have to reach 50 followers, and I have to have 5 people talking at the same time on chat or something like that, and like it gives you some things. I don't really know what it gives you. I don't know much about Twitch, honestly. I should probably sit down and read a bit about Twitch, because honestly I have no idea what Twitch does. There we have Mr. Lay on Twitch. How's it going, mate? Thanks for joining us again. By the way, Mr. Lay made a great game. I had some fun playing it. It's amazing. Let's share the link. Mr. Lay, can you share the link in a chat there, so that people can go in there and play your game. It's on itch.io, which is fantastic, and brilliant stuff. Very fun. I surely had a lot of I surely had problems trying to understand at the beginning, because I'm not used to the kind of mechanics. But then, sort of, okay, I started reading the cards and seeing, okay, this one tricks that one. And then when I got used to it, I realized I was terrible at it. I'm just bad at this. But I lost a few times. I won a couple. But it's really cool game. And I love the art of the game. It looks very nice. And congratulations to Mr. Lay for that release. And everyone congratulating. Big applause there for Mr. Lay doing that release of the game. Brilliant stuff. It's always there you go. There's the link. Mr. Lay left the link there. It's always great to have to do something, build it, put it out there in the world. It takes a lot of guts. It takes a lot of it's you're exposing yourself in a way, right? It's like, and this thing out there, there's just this thing, it's in me and it's out now. It's a bit like that, right? So yeah, congratulations. It's a big thing. Yeah, I don't know, maybe you published many other games, I don't know, but I don't know, this is the first time you publish a game here at least. So glad you did. It looks amazing, and hopefully we can have more games of yours coming out in the future. And everyone go there and play. It's in the chat there. Everyone should see it. I don't know if the people in well, you can see it there in the you can see it there. It's also available. You can see it in it is in Discord, in the Discord channel. I think it's in the showcase channel Discord, and you can also see it here. I don't think people on YouTube see it in the people on YouTube don't see it, by the way, but remind me to put it later in the description for the people who watch it later, so they can see and play the game there. Mr. Lay, I tried joining a jam last August, but did not finish. It's game jams. I mean, you have to have the inspiration, I guess, and maybe, I don't know, if you're alone, it can be fun if you're very inspired. If you have a team of people that you really want to build something with, it may be a lot of fun. But also you may feel like, you may lose some friendships. Or you may have a lot of fun with, just meeting new people. Like, I like those in-person jams, you go and meet some random folk, and like in the global game jam, things like that. It's always fun. Okay, let's go for it then. So congrats to Mr. Lay there. And okay, by the way, oh, and that Dan Bahrain shared a bunch of oh, I forgot. Okay, next live stream, Dan Bahrain, I'm gonna bring in the matrix theme, because Dan Bahrain built a bunch of themes, and Dan Bahrain is always touching the editor. For some reason, Dan Bahrain has some fixation with the editor. He wants to, make the editor his, and he goes around the editor and does, and he makes the editor truly look very unique. And he built all these themes, amazing stuff. And this is Matrix one and all the other. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. Congrats there to Dan Bahrain, as always, pushing out some amazing stuff. Really, that we can all enjoy in our editor directly, right? Which is crazy. It's amazing, really. Dan Bahrain doing the playing with the editor. He's not making games. He's playing with the editor, literally. So okay. Then all right, we should get started with something here. I wanted to share something I've been working on, something I've been thinking about, and that I have to sort of decide on, and I need your help. I need your help with nomenclature. Oh, nomenclature! Who doesn't need help with nomenclature in programming, eh? We all need help with nomenclature in programming. Fucking nomenclature, mate. It's like, you just want to name something. You just want to give something a name, but no, you have to. You just have to waste your life giving something a name. Yeah, that's what happens. So let's go in here. Let me close all this garbage we don't need, and and I'll share a bit of what I've been working on. Let me see. Oh no. Oh, you're gonna love these things that I did here. I think I did some cool stuff that I think you're going to appreciate. Let me close this down. Oh no, this can be on. Yeah, that's no problem there. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna share the screen here. There you go. So, okay, we have the same bird, same flying bird, running bird thing that we have here. Whoa, there you go. Yeah, we have the same thing here. I've changed the walking algorithm a little bit because I've been playing with the actions, with the different actions that we have. Fixed some of the problems that we had, because remember that last time I had fixed the actions and it wouldn't stop. So I realized that of course I'm using velocity now. It's velocity based, it's not transform based, because transform based doesn't allow for collisions, doesn't really detect the collisions. I mean, it detects collisions, but it doesn't react to colliders. When you move around, you just move inside a collider. It doesn't really care for walls, for instance, right? So you just go through walls. You don't want that. So so I fixed that. Now you can simply move like this. How we created this controller, where we have the speed, we have the body, and we get the axis. Here we get the x-axis and the y-axis. This is the A and D, and the keyboard are all the right, left in the left joystick. Your left joystick, and the left dump in your joystick thing. Dump stick or whatever. I forgot the name. The left one, and then it's configured like that. Just here, you see. Let's see the input manager here, and you can see move. WSAD. We have the gamepad X0 and X and Y1, which is the left one, and then touch area on the left. We can set this to view, and it will be the whole screen, which is what we should probably do. And we simply move into the left and right, because this is not this game. This is let me see, the following next one, this one, right? So here we have how the bird just crashes on the wall like that, which is what we wanted to achieve, basically, right? To have a bird that can crash and things like that, right? There you go. Whoop, whoop, whoop. There you go. So, and things crash on the bird as well, right? Which is something else we want. Now, something I've been thinking about is nomenclature. Oh, I added the else ifs because we didn't have else ifs. I realized that way later, like I should have realized that way earlier, and I didn't. But yeah, there's some problems with styles. For now, we have some. Yeah, there are some issues, but you can just add an else if, you know, with the add else if like that, and just adds another one like this. You know, just add else if like that. You know, just adds another one, and yeah, you can have a list of all your else ifs there. But yeah, we don't really need an if here. We're just gonna remove this for now, so it doesn't bother us. We have the egg collect logic here, right? And okay, what does this do? Well, this is simply doing the timer and all that. But the actual thing that I wanted to talk about was, yeah, nomenclature. So I've been thinking about what these things are, and how do we call them? Because there is when you think about Scratch, you think about pieces, right? You think about, you're putting pieces around, you're putting pieces together there. And I was thinking about what the name of each one of these units is, right? Like what is if and set field? There are no actions, all of them, right? This is an action, and this is a sort of block, right? A special block, a special sort of action block. And then you have others like let's add before. You have some special ones like this one that just returns the local object that contains this object. You have what else you have? You have for instance, let's see another one. Oh, let's see this one. Yeah, this is the problem we had last time on collision start, for instance. And let's add another one here that is repeat. Yeah, let's use repeat because I think it's best. So here's the thing, right? This is an action, right? This is an action. This is an action. All of these, the purple ones are actions, right? And then these red ones, I call them blocks. Now, there are different kinds of blocks. This is actually more like an event because this one will happen when the event happens. This one doesn't come in here and says, oh, are we collisioning now? And does it? No. It actually says, defines the collision, and it says, okay, when we collide, we'll call this. So that's the difference in definition, right? This happens when we collide. This happens on collision start. We'll do this. So we're defining the collision event, right? It's literally an event. And I was calling events to the conditions, which is this, and it's the only real condition. I added all the conditions, but it was causing some issues because what if I want to have like, I had added like, as a condition, I had, what else? Yeah, this one's like the buttons, get up, get press, get up, get down, all this, right? This defined like an event that, okay, when this happens, do something. But what if I want, okay, what if I want input get down and this and the other thing? Right, you have an algorithm of different things that need to happen. Are you going to just nest a bunch of ifs? No, this should be an action that returns a boolean. The problem is when I did this, I didn't have the returns, so it was a natural way of doing it back then. It made sense that I did that way back then, but it's very limiting. It's very, very limiting. So now I'm starting to realize, as I gain more information about the system, what are the real necessities of this system? Like, for instance, we have this event system that doesn't make sense anymore because now these should all be actions because we have the returns. Okay. And then we have the repeat that is an actual block, right? This is a block. It comes here and says, okay, runs this one, and then comes here and runs and says, okay, repeat, I don't know, 10 times. We did this to say 10. And so it'll come here and do, I don't know, log, and it will log something. It will log a 0, or it will log, I don't know, text. You know, it'll log hello world 10 times, right? So come here, okay, so it's this, and then logs hello world 10 times. Now, if I do, you know, log, you know, and I say, okay, collided, this will not run when it comes here. It will run when the event happens. So these are not both blocks. We can't call these both the same. This is an event, this is a block, this is an action. So categorization has gone away. This will be an action, and this will be a special sort of brick. And that's what and that's where, yeah, I should have started there. So the idea is that actions, events, and blocks are types of bricks, right? And you have these generic ones, right? The actions, blocks, and events. And you also have special bricks that do special things, like if. And if I need to add other special bricks, I can add other special bricks. Well, the return is kind of a special sort of brick, but it's a special action. This is more like a special actual block brick, because it has a block that it runs. It comes here, it runs this parameter, and then goes in and says, oh, and it lets you add an else and an else if and all these things, so you can have a sort of switch. So I think that makes sense to call them bricks, because they are kind of bricks building around this thing, right? I guess, I don't know. That's why I wanted to ask. That's what I wanted to bring to your attention, and maybe you have an opinion about it. And I'd love to hear what you think. But yeah, I think calling them bricks makes a lot of sense. I think of Scratch. When I think of Scratch, you know, another one that you just move around things and do all that stuff. I would think of it like pieces, because you fit them together. This is more like you have a brick that has slots, right? So we have a brick here that has 2 slots, right? And this is an action brick with 2 slots, right? So it's easier to talk about these things when you give them names, but it's not the thing here that is an action and the event. Well, we're talking about bricks, and this brick is an action, and this brick is a block, and this brick is an event. Okay, it's not the thing there, it's the brick. You see what I mean? And some bricks are, you know, can contain other bricks, like this one, you know, it's a block of bricks, right? And this one is an event that contains sort of a block of bricks, but it will run as an event. It will run later on. So we could say that the event is a type of block brick, or type of block of bricks. It's really hard to talk about nomenclature, but yeah. Miss Lego and Atom can't have anything smaller than that. Yeah, but I'm thinking, will we have something smaller later? Maybe, you know, also. Like, yeah, because I'm thinking something that is, it should be something that is familiar with what you would, either with some kind of nomenclature that we can follow later on, right? That's what I said, brick and blocks, because I think brick and having, you know how the bricks can have like these slots in them, you know? So you think of a brick that has these slots in them, and yeah, okay, makes sense, right? There's this brick that has some sort of slot in it, and now you can put things in it, right? It's the parameters go in the slots of the brick. So, okay, that sort of makes sense. I don't know. We need some kind of graphical image for people to understand when we're talking about this. What is it that we're talking about? Right? I think that's the best way we build a system that is easier to follow, easier to learn, because this is not programming in itself. This is not like writing JavaScript. We can't call this, you know, functions, because they're not really functions. You're calling something else that it's outside of programming. Yeah, it is a function for us, whoever is developing it. you're building a function basically. But it's a whole thing, right? It's an object that has a bunch of properties and has a do function. So I would think that the best way to approach this is with easy words, easy names of things that we can remember, and easy images that we can put on our brains. Like, okay, this is a brick. You know, we have bricks and we have slots for our bricks, and the slots can be of a different type. Like this one is an object 3D, this one is a vector 3, and whatever the type is, you can bring in either any sort of the you can put anything of that value in that slot, right? So it could be a variable that has the same type. It could be an action that returns a value of the same type. Like in this case here, we have a vector 3, and the vector 3 requires a number, and we get in the random range because it returns a it returns basically a number. So we have random range returns number 2x, right? So you could you can put anything in those slots basically that returns that same value of that slot, right? And the system helps you by giving you exactly the things that will return that value, so that you don't have to really think about it. You just see that, okay, it's an object 3D, but you click here and you only get things that can get you an object 3D. You will not get things that can get you, I don't know, a vector 3, because you know, other than the things that, you know, could get you an any here, right? Like a get at, you have to give it an array that has object 3Ds, right? That's your responsibility at the end of the day. But for the most part, you're always going to have, you know, first thing available, the variables around you and the values around you that are object 3Ds. You know, the local object 3D, the camera is an object 3D, you know, this object 3D that we have from one of these local variables, this one here. So yeah, you can see that we only get offered the things that we can use, and that's very important. That's massively important, I think. And it will be more important for keyboard navigation when I actually finish adding whole navigation there. But yeah, I want to know what you think. Does that make sense? The nomenclature about bricks and bricks, slots, and I don't know. Yeah, the actions, events. Does the reasoning behind calling these events and this one blocks and the other one's actions, does that reasoning make sense? Am I missing something here? So that's something I wanted to bring up to you, and yeah, to know, you know, what you think, and to, you know, bring a bit up to speed of what I've been thinking about and what I've been actually trying to define, because that's the other thing. I have to finish this thing, right? I have to actually put it together. This is basically a draft, right? And now I have to bring this draft out of here and directly into the engine, integrate it. Then I have the other thing. I'm thinking about putting this either in the engine, like in this case, it's just a div out up here, right? But it's going to be either in another tab here besides scene, or it's going to be it could be in some window like this as well, like in like this, you know, like in its own div inside the editor. But it could also be in a separate window, like in a separate window like this one, you know, and that will probably bring out a bit of the clutter from Rogue Engine. So that could be good. It's also a bit, I know it's kind of goes away from Rogue Engine a little bit. And I know Downbar Ren would be very sad if I don't allow him to kind of play around with the styles there. I should maybe have some kind of a integration there in the future if I do it that way. But I'm thinking, you know, what do you think? A separate window? Would you have it like you know, just open here and say, you know, you click here, where you double click and it opens that window, you know, that says, you know, that has the selector here. Yeah, I don't know. See, Dumbo is saying rogue Lego. Rogue Lego, yeah. Yeah, I get sued to the, you know, to death by Lego. Definitely, but it would be cool. It would be a really cool example of a game. Maybe I think you could make a really good Lego game with Rogue Engine, like a fantastic Lego game with Rogue Engine. You have to call it something else, but it's a great use case. A Lego game with Rogue Engine, like a fantastic. It's just building things, or just random Lego, proper Lego game, just a, you know, like Star Wars Lego. Also, Miss Leg says card, unit, tile. Yeah, that works too. I think it's more generic. Like, but yeah, it works. Like tile could work. I think it could get confused tile with other things in here. Like, you know, like proper calling it tile, because you know you can have like tiles, you know, tile builder, you know, a tile wall builder, confusing the nomenclature with that. But then the card could be, doesn't look like a card though. Unit I like, but I think brick is more graphical. You know, we need something graphical. That's why I like card, because it's more graphical. You know, you can see, okay, it has cards, and then, you know, you put the card there. But I don't see a card, so that's kind of a I don't know, but brick already works. Yeah, okay, yeah. If brick works, I would much rather go with that, unless, you know, someone brings up like something, you know, that's like, okay, it has to be this, you know, because it is truly, I think it needs to be graphical. It needs to be to play well with image. I think, you know, I think the image is important with this, you know, this, in this case, I thought, okay, brick with slots, you know, so a card with info, I don't know, like, but it's also like a card. I would have to have it like an actual card, like, I don't know. Then you have, yeah, a unit, it could be, but yeah, it's not graphical in it. It's like, it's disconnecting, you know, it kind of disconnects you. It's like a sign off. And yeah, kind of, I think that's more or less there. But yeah, maybe someone thinks of something and watching this video later and goes, call them this, you know, and I go, whoa. I don't know. We still have time. But when I start migrating it, I'm going to name things, and I'm done naming things forever. Okay. We have downpower rain going event, condition, effect, expression. Yeah, I call the expression. I call expression this one, right? So we have yeah, we have events. Conditions would be the condition brick, right? This one, and then we have the expression. Yeah, is this one. So we have expressions as well. Yeah, you can have numeric expressions, so you can have the Boolean expressions, right? So that works as well. Yeah, so all those I'm using. I'm using so great ones. Effect is interesting. What could be effect for? But I like the concept of effects. But yeah, yeah, I think I like the brick one, but yeah, I'm ready to be convinced of something else because I'm still not 100% decided. I'm starting to internally call this all, you know, bricks and things, you know. I need to you know, repaint these colors and things, you know, with the proper ones. But also what do you call this? Yeah, I was thinking about also the slots themselves, maybe having like a color like around it or something, you know, like, okay, like here, for instance, because this one is an empty slot, right? But think about like something like this, where you have the slots in them, But what if something like color or something like tells you immediately what type it is, right? Like the color of the text, and so we could have like a color for each type. But I don't know. I think that it will look like a rainbow, and it will be like unwatchable. It will be like, oh no, I can't see this. Or maybe it becomes like so color coded that it's just wow, awesome, you know? Yeah. I don't know. We have maybe cells and slots. Yeah, but it's not graphical, you know? It's like I like cells, but the thing is, my programming mind says yes. Maybe even to tissue and cells. Because if I'm thinking graphically, I'm thinking about tissue and cells in the tissue, you know. So you have, you don't have slots, you have cells in your tissue. You have a piece of tissue and you have all those slots here. Like the cells are this and the tissue is this. I'm being an idiot because this is the organs. Maybe these are organs and this is the body and organs. It could be that as well. Yeah, I don't know, because I don't want to call them properties. That's the thing, right? I mean, I don't know. I mean, they are parameters and they should be called parameters. There's no way around that. But if we're calling them slots helps. Like saying, okay, it has a slot for a parameter. Okay, a slot for a value, for a value of a certain type. It's more friendly, right? Say, okay, it has a slot or takes a value of, that it's a field. Hey, and you have all your fields here to select. So you can set any field you want. To whatever you want. So that's cool, right? I don't know. And then it lets you select just the things that field accepts, right? So this one is a numeric field, so it will only let you select things that have that numeric field. Sorry there. We have cell sounds cool, like neuron cell of games brain. Yeah. Yeah, that's a cool, yeah, indeed. It's not that foreign, really. We have Excel that calls them cell. It looks like this in Rogue Engine. That was my thought process. Yeah. That is true. But also Excel is very intimidating. I think like that's why our programming brains, the software brain will go for a name that is more like that, I think. So we have to go like way out. Like that's why I was thinking like building something with bricks, but maybe there's something else like there, like an image that is simple, that you could explain to a kid, like you're talking to a kid, thinking you're talking about this to a 12-year-old. You're telling them, you're talking about cells in Excel is like talking to them about, I don't know, maybe they know about Excel, but they want to make a game. So it's like, okay, you want to make a game. What is this? What is this? Excel cells, what kind of, it's, fun. I don't know what, I see what I mean? Like I'm looking for a graphic, for imagery, for something that you go, it's the image of, the image we show a kid, how do you explain this to a kid? So I think brick is that one in that case, but that's why brick works. But yeah, I'm sure that it probably is something else. Brick is a lot like Legos. I like the fact that I love the fact that Downbar Ren thought of Legos. Because it makes me think that bricks really nailed it in that sense, because it's what you think. You think of a toy, you think of something, because this is supposed to feel like playing, less than, coding and writing code. You're writing a cell in Excel, it has to feel more like, oh, I'm just putting a brick here, it's just drop some bricks there and oh, I need a new brick. Calling, talking to your agent. I need a new cell that does this thing. Is think about it like, okay, what's a narrative for user? I I'm trying to make a new brick that does this and that. Okay, I need a brick, and now I'll bring my brick in. So I'm thinking of that, right? As I'm thinking of how is someone approaching this, you know, from a playful perspective, from a more like a joyful thing of just making a game and enjoying it, you know. But yeah, that's more or less the vision that I have for it. But I don't know. Like I said, maybe there's something much better, but like there's more graphical that goes, oh no, it's this thing, you know. Like, you know, that it, for now I'm only seeing it like with bricks. Yeah, but I don't know. I'm still willing to be convinced otherwise. It has to be like something that's more graphical and playful and you know, like easy accessible to than a brick, you know. That reminds you to Legos, you know, like I don't know, it's I don't know. Yeah, you get me, Mr. Lay, you get me. Yeah. I know you do. And yeah, okay. So that's it for that. I think it's an interesting thought process there. I went through you know, some some how to say, I had to do some thinking here to find the right word, to find okay, how to call this, what to call this. And yeah, and I think I came to the conclusion that bricks was the best I could find, but I don't know. There's also the methods. I don't know if I should call them methods, because I don't want to deviate so much from programming conventions, you know, like saying, okay, because this actually creates a method in your class. This literally creates a method. That's why I call these fields, right? Because fields make sense. It's like fields in a form, you know? Okay, you have your fields that do stuff, and you have methods that do stuff. But think a method, since a method is a function, we could call them functions, but should we call them just functions, or should we call them methods, which is what they are? Because then if I want to create, say, like independent functions that do stuff, that you can call from different places, you know, that are not like related to any particular thing, we could be, okay, this is a function. You create say instead of a component like this, you create a function, and that function, you know, you can call it from any one of your scripts here, you know. I think that's, you know, so that was my thought, because my thought process behind saying, okay, let's not call these functions, let's call these what they are, which is methods. But yeah, like I said, can't be convinced otherwise easily. You know, but yeah, it's takes time, I guess, to just name things. It takes effort to name things. Let's get things out of the way, so that we don't have, you know, so many things out here bothering us. What else do we have? Yeah, these things are fine. I think we have all the actions here that we can play with, and we can see the different things. We can test a bit of what we were doing. So we need to disappear the balls when they're falling over our heads here, right? Oh, what did I do here? Did I break something? I think I broke the D key. Yeah. Yeah, I had the D key was overpressed. I pressed the D key and oh. There you go. Okay, I think I pressed the D way too much. Oh. Oh. I hope someone understood why I laughed, why I'm containing myself. I'm sorry. Whoa. Let's see. Okay, we're back. Oh, I don't know. I don't know until when we lost connection. I saw that the thing that said OBS disconnected thing, and then but we're back. We're back. Yeah. OBS disconnected. There you go. Yeah, we're fine. We're fine. Let me know if you can hear me. Okay. Oh, okay. You heard me say the D thing, right? I was hoping maybe it just heard me and it went, no, you go away. But no. You probably heard me. All right. Yeah. I just laugh at myself. I can't hear anyone laughing at me. So, I just, I just, no, but I can sort of hear you laughing at me, from like beyond. Well, I can see you. I can see your emojis. That's definitely here. All right. Let's keep going with this. I don't know what happened there. The internet went bust, maybe or something. I don't know. Yeah, who knows? All right. Let's go. Oh, the matte today is just so good today. Maybe I needed this matte so much. Like, I needed my matte. Like, I needed life. I needed air. Yeah. Who doesn't like some mate, eh? If you don't have mate, you get some. Dunbar Ren knows. All right. What were we at? I get distracted. I was thinking of mate, and I guess just thinking of it. Okay, so let's see. We have the egg collection logic. Where were we? Yeah, we need to hit the balls and something happens, right? So we hit this ball, beep, beep, beep. Yeah, and the ball disappears. And if it hits the bottom, it also disappears. So if the ball collides with anything, it disappears. But if it hits us, so if it hits the bird, we earn a point. And if it hits the death, remember death, this one we built, then we lose a life. Okay, so let's do this. Okay. Can you hear me now again? Okay. Yeah. Can you hear me now again? I think it's fine, but I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on. It's twice. It never happened before. It's a bit strange. I don't know if it's the internet. I don't think I'm losing connection in any way. Nothing's wrong in that way. So I don't know what's going. I don't know what's going on. I lost the stream twice today. I don't know. Maybe I need to update. I think I had an update there. One pending. So maybe I need to do an update. Sorry about that. I'll definitely try to make sure I fix it for the next live stream. Sorry. Okay, so we're doing this. Okay, so we have on collision start. We need first. We're gonna do the on collision start with the bird. So we need to set our bird instance here. How do we do that? Well, we can have a field here where we don't have this prefab here. What have this prefab for? Oh, we have this prefab. I think this was for the bird. We can have this prefab for the bird, and we can instantiate it as the game starts. So we could do that. We could do that. We could actually, yeah, let's do that. Okay, let's do that so that we are more aligned with the game. Oh, Dan Bauren saying the sound works. Oh, thankfully, thanks Dan Bauren there for telling for letting us know. Miss Lee saying, oh, gotta go, mate. Have a good stream. Thanks, mate. Sorry to see you go, but as always, thanks for joining me. And you know, always great to have you here. And everyone else, go play Dan Bauren's game. You can find it in the I'll take the link. You'll find it in the Discord channel, but I'll try to take the link and paste it in the description here. Try to remember to do that and paste it in the description of the video. If you're on Twitch, well, go into Discord or go into Discord, or you'll find it. You'll find it. You'll find it. Don't worry. Thanks Dan Bauren there for the help. And okay, so here we go. I created this this field. We could create an object 3D field where we could just drag and drop our object in that field, right? But in this case, we have my prefab, so we could just instantiate this, and just start doing that now, eh? Why not? But let's not. Let's just, for now, we want to see this thing work. So let's just say this is our bird. We're gonna use this bird anyway, so let's we will need this field. We will inspect it. We will not inspect it later, right, when we actually have the prefab set up and all that. But right now, let's just inspect it in this way. And what we will say is, we'll save this first of all, and we'll say that, okay, if we collide with the if the collision with a bird, right, and we'll say if, and we'll say this is for a boolean, so it says equals. We can say I added this equals. You could do it like this, or you could say expression like this one. I like both of them. You can do anything you want. I kind of like this one, the expression. You could do equals in 1 and 2, but I like doing it this way. So you say we need to know if the thing we're colliding with is one of these balls, right? So we'll say other. Well, now get name. We'll say get name. Get name. And we'll say of other. And now we go to the action itself, not to the slot. We go to the action and we say add after, and we go equals add after. We need a string, and we're gonna call this egg, right? Because we call them eggs, right? So our prefab is called an egg, right? So we'll have a bunch of eggs here, and we need to know if we've collided with an egg, right? And we'll say if we collide with an egg, what we will do is we'll remove the egg, so the other, right? So in this case, we know that the other is an egg, right? And we remove it. Something else we will do is we will set the score. So maybe we should set a score, right? So maybe we'll go set field, and we'll go what field? Score, and we'll set score to add what will be score plus number, and it will be 1. There you go. So we'll set our score field to score plus 1, basically that, right? And yeah, that's what we'll do every time we hit there, right? So we'll inspect this as well so we can see the score going up and down. Score can be minimum 0, we'll say. All right. And yeah, let's go there and see what happens. There we have it. So now we're bringing our what is it? Our player here. Bring it here. It's our bird. And yeah, we'll save. Well, not this. We'll save the scene because we need to save this this thing here. And we'll play. I'll see what happens. Yeah, hey? There you go. Beep, 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 beep. You see the score going up, right? You see the score going up there in the on the right, right? You see it, eh? Yeah, okay. There you go. It works. All right. I'm happy with it. I'm happy with it. Okay, so yeah, OBS is suffering right now. OBS is going through a phase right now. It's really giving me, yeah, it's not doing well. Yeah, so I hope you could see that. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think the share screen is doing its best today. So okay, now we'll need another collision on collision start, and it's going to be for another object 3D that is going to be the what do you call this? I don't want to call it just death, right? It's just, we should call it something like I don't know. Floor. Let's call it floor. Let's call it floor, yeah. Let's be simple. Let's be simpletons about this, okay? Let's go very simpleton about this. Floor. And if we hit the floor, it's just the egg dies and we'll lose a point. So we hit the floor. We call this death. This is our floor. And, and what we'll do is, okay, we need to save. And there's our floor. And now we bring the floor here. And there you go, right? So what we do is we say, okay, add after, and we'll say on collision start, and it will be with floor, and we'll say, yeah, whatever hits the floor, right? Because honestly, nothing else is hitting the floor, innit? Like nothing else, honestly. So anything that hits the floor, we don't even need to check what's hitting the floor. Yeah, for now at least, right? I mean, we may need to in the future, but not for now. So we're okay with this. So we say, yeah, we'll say remove all that. There you go. That's all we really need to do, so that the things that fall down, you know, do something. But we don't have lives. Let's create this lives thing. So we'll just have this thing with score, and we have lives. So let's just call this number. Let's call this lives. And yeah, and we'll put this where? Maybe we should have this two at the bottom here. There you go. And yeah, we'll inspect this one too. And we'll say we have, I don't know, by default, how many lives? We'll say 3 lives by default, maybe. I don't know. No, 3. 3 of them can fall down, and you can earn lives. Maybe, you know, you can have like, okay, you get more lives if you maybe a heart falls down, and so yeah, that's why it's important later on to check if an egg is falling here. So maybe we should do the same as we did here. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do add after, and we'll do if this one, yeah, and we'll do same one, right? Expression. Get name. I don't have a copy yet. No, not get field. Get name. There you go. Get name. I don't have a copy yet. We need a copy to do copy paste like this, because we could just copy paste this. I mean, that would be the way, right? Maybe a control move like this, like, and move it here. Would be cool. Yeah, even a copy paste, we like just copy after like this, you know, paste after, like copy, and then, you know, like this, you'll paste after, paste before, you know. That would be cool. So yeah, we could do that. And we could have here a get name. We could say we could get name of order. You know what? I'm gonna do this in a different way. I'm gonna say equals instead of using an expression, so I can show you a different way, right? Let's profit from the fact that we don't have a copy and paste here right now for this, and we'll say get name of order and say that it equals edit egg, right? So if it equals egg, so if get name of order equals egg, right? So these are the two slots. Maybe they're too looks too compressed. Equals get name order egg. It looks a bit compressed. It should be have a bit more buffer here to see that this is a slot, because it looks like it's chained, like a chained event thing, you know, but it should be clear that this is a slot. This is not clear that it's a slot here, like this. You don't really see a slot here. I don't know. Looks more like a chained event, which is not what it is. Definitely not what it is. It looks like a builder thing. It's just kind of confusing, isn't it? So yeah, let's do that, and we'll say if that happens, yeah, we'll bring this one here. We say okay, remove order, and oh yeah, and we set the field for set field lives, and we'll say what is it? Do we have a math? We have subtract lives, and we'll subtract 1. Yeah. We need a min max. We need a min max. We need to do like, okay, we can't. So like if live, we could do it like this. I mean, we could actually say if, let's do it like that. If I would like to have a min max, like to set lives to be min or max something. That would be a much cleaner way to write it. But this works anyway, right? So it's going to say if lives, no, sorry, if what's it called? Yeah, we could do an expression, or we could do. Oh, I think I added the. We could say smaller than, right? If we could say if lives than 0, we could say lives. So set field lives to 0, right? Yeah. So that it's never below 0. There you go. So now, you know, we can add points there. You can see how we, you know, the score goes up. But if one goes down and, oh, let's see. Is it actually doing it? No? What's going on? Let's see. Huh. Something's not right here. Is it the egg? Is it that death needs collision events? Let's see. Maybe that's the case. Let's see. And yeah, let's save this. And let's play and see what happens. Yeah, okay. There you go. Yeah, we lost lives there, and you know, one of these fell down. 2, 3. Yeah, there you go. Okay, brilliant. There you go. So now we can lose lives, and you see how it doesn't matter how many they fall. It's still, you know, 0, 0, 0, 0. You know, it doesn't go below 0. We can set this to whatever we want later. But yeah, I think that's interesting, isn't it? That's pretty cool. So we save here, and yeah, this works. This works. We have a full sort of system here, right, in place. where we can start a game. Yeah, we can earn points like this. Yeah, I like it. Let's add a score in the screen so we can see it. Yeah, let's add score in the screen. We have time, don't we? Yeah, we have time. We can add stuff. Yeah, we can do shit. Yeah, we can do some shit. There's nobody here, I think. Is there someone here? I don't know. Hello. Yeah. It's maybe like 2 people, 3 people. I think we have like 3 people. Yeah, because the other one's my monitor, I think. So it's probably three people. Yeah. I don't care. I love the 3 of you. Thank you for being there. So what I'll do is I'll create one group here. Bring it up here. I'll call this UI, okay? And we'll add a what we'll call this. We'll add another group. No, this is an object. We'll add a group, and we'll call this a in-game menu, okay? Or in-game UI. Call it in-game UI. There you go, right? So it's consistent. Yeah, and in here, yeah, what we're going to do is we're just going to add. Here we're going to have like the main thing that will contain everything. So we'll say a HTML UI or a HTML. I'll call it HTML flex. So everything's beyond within the flex, and then we'll come here and say add HTML. HTML flex in here as well, right? And in here we'll say we'll add another object 3D here. This will be an object 3D itself, and this will be our text. This will be the text that we see in the screen, like the score. We'll call this. So we call this score. Maybe this should be, yeah, if this is a score, maybe we should have a group, another group, because we will have one with the score and one with the lives, right? So like in here, so we'll have like a score that shows us lives and a score that shows us, so it will be a score group. And this will be, so this will have its own flex, HTML flex, and this will be in here. One will be the score and one will be the score label, like what's called label, like that. I like to have them consistent like that, and this will be the score, the actual score. And we'll have another group. This other group will be the lives. Okay, but first let's add the score first. We'll see how it looks, and then we can add the other one and yeah, see what we can do. But for now, let's add this one. We'll have a we'll add a text, HTML text, and we'll call this we'll make it say score, like this, right? And yeah, there you go, there it is. And then another one, HTML text, and we'll make this one say for now 0, right? And yeah, and that's about it for now. So yeah, I think that's all we need for now. So we have this 2 here now that say, you know, score and score label. And now we're going to frame this whole thing. First of all, we need the height. We'll make the height 100%. We'll make the Yeah, we'll make this, what should we make this? Maybe nothing here, but here definitely the in-game UI will make it go, it should be, should be, this be a column? I don't know. This should definitely be a row. Yeah, this should definitely be a row. I don't know if this should be a column or a row or something, but yeah, it should definitely centered. No. Normal, let's say, okay. And center here. No. Oh, because maybe we need the... Is the width the problem here? Let's see. Should we make this... Let's make this a column, yeah. And that will fix it. So that, you know, it stretches out. Yeah. So this one now we can set things up here. We know how it will look there. You see how it looks there. So we can set this to be... yeah, I just make the text bigger. So for the in-game UI, maybe we set some styles for the in-game UI itself. Well, by default, we should make this too a bit bigger. Like, yeah, let's just make this. Should probably set something more specific for each of them. But probably, yeah, let's do center, and center, because we want them to be like both of them like in the like aligned. Yeah, we want this to be in a row, right? We don't want this to be like in a column. We want this to be a row. And yeah, although yeah, I think that should be okay, because we want a gap as well with them. We're probably going to set a gap of, you know, like 3 pixels maybe. Yeah, something like that. So we have a gap between them. You see how it breathes a bit more there. But we'll set the score here, the actual score number, to be a bit bigger. So probably going to have a font size of, let's set a general font size. Generally I like 1.4 EM, like it lets me work with a little bit more of room. And we can bring here the score itself and say a font size maybe 1 EM. So yeah, so maybe let's make let's make the let's make the UI maybe 1.3, 1.2. Yeah, let's work with that. And yeah, give me a bit more room to work there, and then we can go with the label 1 EM is fine. So it's the smallest one, smallest thing, you know, that we're gonna have like the little tags, little labels. And then we have the font size here is going to be maybe 1.2 EM, you know, or yeah, something like that. And yeah, it's going to be our score up there. Let's give this some room to breathe up, up there. Something like we can set a bit of padding there on top, you know, so we can have remember top, this you can write it as you would write any padding style, like a regular padding field. So you can say remember it's top, right, bottom, left, right? It's clockwise, right? So we can, but if you do just 2 numbers, if it's 1 number, it's all the padding all over. But if you write just 2 numbers, right? So if I do 5 pixels, it's 5 pixels all over. If I say 5 pixels and 2 pixels, is 2 pixels as 5 pixels up and down, 2 pixels right and left, right? And then if I write more, I have to write, you know, like 5, 2 pixels and 4 pixels. You know, this is up, right, down, left, right? But yeah, we don't care about that. What we really want is to have just up and down. So we're gonna have padding of about 10. Yeah, let's write something like that. Yeah, just give us a little bit of a breathing room there, and yeah, there you go. I think that's fine. It works on most screens. It's going to work fine. There you go. Yeah, it looks good, doesn't it? It's okay. We need a better font and all that. Yeah, but you get me. You get what I'm saying. Probably don't need the score tag there. Yeah. I don't know. Not convinced. I'm not convinced. But having the score tag, probably shouldn't have like the proper score tag there. I don't know. Probably hide it. You can hide it like that. Just, yeah. I think I like that way more. Just don't need the score tag. We can leave it there and then not use it. We just hide it. And yeah, and this menu, we just hide it as well, like not display it, and that'll be fine. Now, what else? Yeah, let's do that. Let's just show this score. So we're gonna say, we're gonna come here and we're gonna add this to our collectible thing. We're gonna say here, we're gonna say this is a HTML text, right? And it's gonna be a score UI. Okay, so this is the score. Or let's call it score text. Or score UI. Score UI. Let's call it score UI. So, you know, score UI. That's fine. We're going to say inspect. And that's it. We're just going to bring it here when we save it. Yeah, we're going to save this here. And now we're going to come here and bring our score to the new field that we have here, score UI. There you go. So it's going to grab our HTML text. We can rename this so that we can score UI. Let's call it that. Okay. There you go. Now when we come back here, it says score UI. You see, instead of saying it just uses the actual component name, so that helps. Yeah. Then what else are we going to do? So we're inspecting that, and then we're inspecting nothing else really. Now we're inspecting it. We can set it, right? We can use it. So what can we do with it? Well, we have some HTML stuff that we can use here. Let's see some of the HTML events. So let's use that. Let's use that for here. So after we add the score, add after, and we say we'll see the HTML events we have. We have HTML text set. And we're going to grab our score UI. We see how it offers it straight away because it takes an HTML text. So it offers the score UI that we added. And then we come here and it gives us the option to write down what we want. And in this case, what we want is the score. So we bring in the score field directly. We're setting the score field, and here we're using it to set the new score directly in our UI. So we save this. Now we play, and bim, there you go. We have a score. Yeah, and we can win and we can lose and all that, right? Oh, no. Yeah, we're losing lives. There you go. Yeah. Nice, isn't it? Yeah. That was fun. Wow, that was fast. Was that so fast? How fast did I do this? I didn't realize how much time had passed. It's like I think like it started like 5 minutes ago. It wasn't 35. Like I think it was 8:35. And it's like it took me nothing to do the whole thing. I feel like I've been like doing the menu for a while because I have to do all the. It took me 5 minutes to write the menu down. It's pretty nice, pretty good. I like that. 5 minutes to set the whole thing up and just do everything around it. Pretty cool. With the details, the padding, explaining it and all. Wow. Interesting. Thought it would take a bit more time to do this, honestly. That's cool. That's cool. Nice. Fantastic. I mean, we could do something like we could actually make the UI for the lives. So we could set like the score on the right, maybe something like that. Or we could just set the yeah, we need a new one here for the lives. Where should we put the lives? Because I think, yeah, this will be around here, right? When we set the remember that we're using in the renderer, we're using this ratio, right? So everything will work on that ratio. So say we have like our group and everything, all of these, if we move this around, it will move to here and or to here, right? And not to here or here, right? So yeah, it's important to visualize it this way if you're using the UI, if you're like playing with the UI. So we could say that where should this go? Yeah, I feel like it's this thing is killing me. I don't know why the OBS is killing me today. I need to update it. I need to update it. All right. So yeah, it makes no sense. I'm getting like frame drops that make absolutely no sense. Like absolutely no sense at all. So yeah, this is crazy. So yeah, we need a reset here, an absolute reset, because this thing is totally cluttered. You know what? Let's do a refresh. Let's do a refresh so we can make sure, you know, at least it's not that causing the issues. So yeah, let's do a refresh. Let's do a little refresh and come back in a second. I'm going to stop sharing the screen for a little minute, and I'm going to refresh this window here, because otherwise, you know, it takes a bit more time. It really, like, OBS. Oh my God, my software with it. There's no comments. There's nothing that I was hoping, you know, coming to the chat, maybe seeing something new, but no, nothing at all. So yeah, okay. There's the last one is down by already telling me that the sound works. So yeah. Yeah, we have less people. We have 3 people, about 3 people now. I think we have 2 people probably. No, we have 3 people still. Okay, I don't know. Nice. Thanks for being there. Glad to have you with us. All right, so we'll go back to the screen. There you go. We'll see if we have some better. Yeah, it's working so much better now. Yeah. Yeah, we probably had the console like all cluttered because this is the development version. It is not the yeah, this is not the official version. This is a development version that has all kinds of things going on that are totally unstable. So yeah. All right, so we have our little menu here that we're working on. The lives. Maybe we should put like the score on one side and the lives on the other, or we could put like one on top, one on the bottom. This UI was so complicated. I'm in a coma after it. Says Damar. Are you serious, mate? Like seriously, you thought it was I'm guessing you're being sarcastic there, because I mean, I find it was so easy, like dead easy. But yeah, maybe you found it was hard. I don't know. We should duplicate this. Yeah, we'll duplicate this. So now here we have a new score label and a new everything here. We'll call this lives UI. There you go. Score. And we call this yeah, let's rename this. Let's call it lives label. I will call this one score. Let's call this lives UI, so that we keep consistent. Okay, so we could oh, I copied the games UI. No. What I needed to copy was the score group and call it the UI group, the other thing. Yeah. So let's remove this. Yeah, let's remove this. Yeah, okay. And let's put this up here. There you go. There you go. Now it works. Yeah. So now we have the lives. This is the lives group. There you go. Oh no, what did I do? Okay, I broke something. I don't know what I did. I think, oh, I gave the lives. Ooh, this surely caused an error. This surely caused an error. Yeah. Because you can't have like children. Oh, yeah. There's a bug. There's a bug in the new system. Yeah, there's a bug in the new system. Let's refresh this. Because this surely will cause some problems. Oh no. Yeah. Okay. We're gone. Yeah, I can't refresh in that way in this what do you call them in the development version, because I have to call it from the console. So whenever I refresh in the development version, I have to do it from like the calling the new project, like the project again. Otherwise, it doesn't work. Like the refresh doesn't work. Dunbar Ren saying, seems like a good design though. So you were serious. I'm interested in your feedback, mate. You actually thought that it was that it's hard. Like it looks so complicated. It looks complicated. Wow, that's great feedback right there, because I thought it was very easy to build, but yeah, I'm obviously biased because I built it, so I kind of know what to do. But I thought it was quite intuitive what I built. So I don't know if it's yeah, because being, I don't know, an ugly UI, obviously, that's, you could think that it's ugly, but being complicated, that worries me. Because it should be easy, right? This is just imagine this is our divs. It basically works as you have divs, right? The main div, the inner div, the other inner div, and you have like your text within your divs. So you have groups that basically do works as containers that you can set, like you're aligning things around. But yeah, because otherwise you set the score there and it has like no way to go. So you set like containers around, and you can align it around different containers, and you can see the containers here. You can see them, in the screen like this. So making folders for UI, not obvious, but I get it's easy. Actually, just needs some guide. Yeah, probably. Yeah, 100%. I mean, if you're looking at this for the first time, maybe, yeah, it could seem a bit like crowded and complicated, I think. I don't know. But yeah. Yeah, still worries me that you thought it was complex. I would want to like, I would like to see other people like that are not well versed in Rogue Engine, what they think when they see this. Will they get confused? Because that will worry me as well. Like, oh, okay, like if I start getting a few people saying, oh, this making the UI this way is kind of complicated, it sound the alarms for me. Like, oh, I'm already sounding alarms. The fact that you said they found it complicated, it's already alarms. Alarms and hearing alarms. Maybe I did something wrong here with the design. I don't know. But yeah, so. It's a good point. Thanks for calling that out. Let's test it and make sure that that it seems easy. So in this case, I am. That's the whole point. It needs to be easy. Otherwise, it's pointless. So yeah, here we have again, you know, the lives label on the lives, and then you have here the lives UI, right? This is just a component. So this is the HTML text, that is just a component, and we have 0 lives, we have, yeah, whatever, you know, we have in this case 3 lives, right? Let's say that here we say, instead of score, we say lives. And yeah, and we display it, right? Display in this case. So we put some gap in between them, right? So we go to the parent of them too, right? So this one, it also has the score thing that the score label that we added. So we just display. You can hide things like this, you know, just hit here and display like that. And yeah, you can hide the whole group, you know, so you have control over each group separately like that. And you can control the alignment of the whole group. So you can set a gap between them, or you can set how you want them to align. And I don't have the space between and all that. We should add like the space between and all that, because it would be really good to have like a score on one side, the lives on the other, maybe. That could be cool. But yeah, for now, maybe we'll just make this a column like that. And let's give it a gap of 5 pixels, something like that. Or no, let's say 5 and it added 4. What? 10 pixels, something like that, maybe. I don't know. Maybe it's too much, maybe 8. Yeah. And yeah, there you go. So maybe something like that, just for now, so we can see the lives and we can see the score. And yeah. And so what we do is same as we did with the score. We have the lives here, the lives text here. So what we do is, let's save this. We come here to this place here. We need to create another field here to hold our lives component here, right? Our lives HTML text. So we're going to come here to the place where we were before, the egg collector logic, to this component basically. We're going to say, see how here we added a field for score UI. We're going to add another field for, we need an HTML text, right? And it's going to be lives UI, okay? We're going to inspect it, and it's going to be this one, right? So we just save, and here we go. And now we bring in the lives one here. There you go. And now we can, instead of this one here, we set in the score UI, and now here we set the lives UI, right? So we'll just say add after the if and all, when we make sure that lives is not below 0 or anything like that. The lives is completely set and we know what it is. We say HTML set, HTML text set, and we say lives UI, and we set it to whatever lives the lives field has. There you go. So we set into the HTML text whatever's in here, right? Whatever's in the text here, we're setting it to what we have in our lives field here, right? So our lives field that we set in here. There you go. So yeah, let's save that. And perhaps, oh, we should set this field at the very beginning as well, right? So and before we'll do set field, and we'll do lives. Yeah, lives, and we'll do lives number 0, right? So we set our lives to 0, and then we go and say add after, and yeah, we'll do the same, right? We need to do HTML. We need to set the lives UI, right? So we'll say okay, HTML text set, lives UI, and we set it to also 0, right? We could set it to lives because we just said it there, but we could just set it to 0. Let's set it to lives. So, right, no, sorry, yeah, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. Sorry. Here is where we set how many lives we have. Yeah, no. I'm being an idiot here. Sorry. This is what we need to do. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. This is the amount of lives we have. I was setting the lives field. All we need to do is set the UI. So we have 3 lives. That's what we define here, right? We have 3 lives. And we're setting that to our text, to our HTML text. That's all we need to do. So yeah, now when we hit play, right, we have 3 there. So say if we decide to save this set 1, right, or whatever it says, we come here, we hit play, and it says 3, right, because we're setting it to what we have here in the lives field. There you go. Oh, we lost there. We lost 1. Oh. There you go. Boop, boop, boop. Let's see how we lose all our lives. There you go. Oh, it's too easy. Too easy of a game. Too easy a game. Yeah, it's no challenge at all. We need to make it more fun because it's not a challenge at all. Oh, we have Friend Master here. How's it going, mate? Thanks for joining. You know, we can't see your screen. I did this whole thing and nobody was seeing my screen. You were all just seeing my mug. You were all just seeing my face. I can't believe this. I was just doing this whole thing. I can't believe this. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. Oh my God. Ah, fucking hell. Fucking hell. I can't believe it. Did you see how I added these fields here at least? Oh my God. I can't believe I did this. Fucking hell. Well, I think did you see when we had this did you see when I added this to here, right? Like this fields here, right? Let me see which part I missed. I'm gonna go back in the live stream and try to find what you missed. When's the last time I was sharing my screen? Oh no, you didn't see anything at all. Oh no, I've been talking to the camera and just showing my face. Yeah, no. Okay. Fucking hell. Yeah, let's do this again. Let's do this again because I didn't show anything. I was explaining things and showing you things in the screen, and yeah, you weren't seeing anything. So I just showed into the stream a while ago, a minute ago. Yeah, I guess it's good that it showed up. Yeah, 100,000%. It's always good to show up, even though, you know, even if I was doing fantastic, which I was doing okay, I was doing quite well. It was doing fantastic. Everything was looking great. I just was not showing it. Just fucking hell. Devastating. And yeah, but hey, don't worry. Nothing to worry about. Let's do this, okay? Let's remove the things I added. Let's remove this. Let's remove yeah, not this one. Let's remove this one here. Yeah, we had the lives thing setting. Yeah, let's remove the lives UI here. And what else? No, it's fine. I think that's all I added here. And let's remove the yeah, this lives group here, right? So yeah, So I show you, like, we had the score 0 there, right? We just had the score. So we just had these things falling down and, you know, just hitting us and giving us a score. Because we basically set, we're basically just setting this HTML text here, right? And how do we do it? Well, we just bring it here, right? We just bring this text here and brings out our score UI HTML component there. And that we can set right here. You see how we have our HTML. I just added this field. We're going to do the same now for the lives. So you're going to see how it happens. We just have the HTML text score UI there. We're inspecting it and it shows up here. We can set it from here. And then we simply use, every time we add a score, we modify the score, we set the score UI to whatever we set the score to. So that's basically what it's doing. Now we have the lives and we have no text for the lives. So let's add that. Let's do, let's do this. So all we're going to do is we're going to duplicate this. Okay. And there we go. When we select it, it just shows up. And now we'll call this lives label. We'll call this lives. And we'll call this, we need to call this one, instead of score UI, we'll call this lives UI. Okay. And and this one will be lives, like that. So we're just changing the text. And and the alignment is fine. We could set it, I mean, we had it previously, we had it as a column, as a row. And I guess if we could add the separation, you know, the thing to have them, you know, on each side of the screen, it may work. But I don't know if it will work, honestly. So I just make it a column and that's it. You know, we don't need anything else on that. Maybe let's make it like something like 5. I don't like it so separate. That's good. That's good. That'll do. We need a better font. Definitely, this font is disgusting. Oh my god. So it's not for this game, definitely. But yeah, it's just a test. It's just a test. So don't worry. Then we have the lives there, the score there. You see the lives is set to 3. And we have the score UI. We need another one for our lives there, right? So we're going to add a field here. All right, we just hit the plus button there. And we just say HTML text. Right, there you go. We say lives UI. We inspect this and we save, and boom, we have the field here. And now we bring in our lives here and we see lives UI there, right? So you see how I just dragged and dropped it there. Now we have to set. So we're going to set the initial, like we're going to initialize lives UI because it says 0 at the beginning. So we need to set it to whatever we set the lives to, which in this case 3 here in the inspector, right? So we said HTML text set. I put it, sorry, I added a add after, I guess. It's add before, we added here at the very beginning. And we say lives UI. And we'll set it to lives, to whatever lives field is, the field lives, which is this one here, right? So we're going to set it to that. And what else? Now we're going to set, and now every time we set our lives to something, right? So every time we lose a life, right, we need to set the lives field. So we're going to say here in the after the if, right, we say add after, and we say set field. It's HTML set. There you go. And we say lives UI, and we set it to lives again. So it's the same thing, right? Which is basically every time we set lives to something. So at the very beginning, whatever lives is initially, the initial value of lives, we set it to the lives UI, which is this, our text, our lives text. And here we're setting it to whatever the lives is whenever we lose a life, right? We're just simply subtracting 1 to lives. That's all we're doing. So we save this, and now we play. And you can see we have 3 lives, and we start, you know, adding a score, you know, there you go. That works, doesn't it? That works fine. There you go. There you go. Oh no, I'm losing lives, and then there you go. So yeah, that works, I guess. It's fine. We have a little system there. We can set we can hide this menu, you know, like you can easily hide your menus like this and not see them. So you know, you can show it. You can show like your initial menu and then show everything and start the game whenever you press a button or something like that. You have a play button, a start button or something, and to start the game. Yeah, I guess that works. But yeah, I don't know. Depends on however you want to plan that. We could do that in the future, but I don't know. I don't want to bore you with those things. With this game, we're gonna do it for the other game, which is, I think, it's way more fun to do with the other game. Yeah, we definitely need to do it with the other game. But yeah, I don't know. I think we're gonna end it here. I don't know. There's not that many people. Well, there are like 4 people, I guess. Yeah, thank you for joining up, friend master. Really, you helped. You saved the day here. You saved the day, letting me know that I wasn't showing anything on the screen. that was a big save, massive save, definitely. And yeah, so yeah, we're showing here the in-game menu. We're hiding it out. Beep, beep, beep. So if you had if you had a menu there, you just play with the displays like this, you know, just play with the showing one and removing one. And what's it? Friend Master 2000 saying, can the placement of UI component be dynamic? Yeah, definitely. I mean, depends on what you are looking for. In this case, I'm using flex alignment. This, you have like flex containers, because it gives you the possibility to have, you know, things maybe set instead of center, you want to set it, you know, to something. Well, this is centered in center there, I guess, but yeah, you can set them, you know, to the side, to one side or to the other, you know, and or you have them individually here. So you could say that maybe one of these groups, you want to have them, you know, you want to have this one be no, not in this one, it's in this one, maybe. You know, I always forget which one it is, because it the thing is, it changes. Oh no, this is what changes the alignment, the alignment there of the text itself. But you can change say the width, the margin, whatever you want. So if you make the width 100%, then you go, you know, like I don't know, margin. You can go with margin 0, or you can go with, I don't know, with I think start here, you know, and it'll go there. You see, so you can changing in that way, or if you want something more dynamic, you can simply set the top and bottom of AI. Instead of using the flex, you could use a regular HTML component. Like you can use the let me show you the other one. Like you can use HTML UI, which is the main one, and yeah, you can extend this one to have to let you set the top and bottom and things like that, or you can just set it for it, you know, just by calling the element thing. But yeah, it's not related to the 3D environment, so you can't move it with this. You know, this doesn't affect anything in your UI, obviously, because it's not related to anything in your UI. But yeah, you can definitely do that. It's just HTML, so you basically can position it however you want in the screen. I'm trying to make it as simple as possible to set things in a simple way with HTML. So you know, you could make yours. In the case of the other one that was here, there's just, yeah, here it is. In the case of this one, you could make it. Let me see. Do I have it yet? Oh no, I didn't have the display. No, the position. No, didn't I add the position yet? No. Yeah, but you could easily add the position thing to make it, you know, position absolute, and then move it around. Like say, okay, I want this to be top and bottom somewhere in, you know, whatever you want. Yeah. So that's a possibility too. The thing is to make it proportional to the size and all that. Is Flex is better, because Flex helps you sort of set up things in the, you know, an appropriate way around the screen. So it really helps. Friends Master says, is there an option to set a class for HTML components? What do you mean set a class for HTML components? I don't know what you mean by set a class. I mean, they are just a component, right? So you can to set a class. Oh, okay, to set like a CSS class. We will have that. I mean, I'm building it still now. You know, it's the draft that I have here. So I'm building different things for it. You have like a CSS component as well. You can set your styles directly here. You know, you can set your styles directly and it will affect the whole thing, or you can have them, you know, a specific part of your structure. You can also have, I think this one's the same. I think, yeah, I just built it. I just thought of a different thing there. I thought I was going to add it with something else there, but yeah, I was thinking of adding like in this ones, I was thinking of adding like a list of classes, and then you can use them in your CSS. So you could have, say, you know, add your CSS here and do stuff with classes, and then add to each one of these like different classes like that, you know, with just a list of classes, like just a regular rogue list here. Yeah, I was thinking of that. So that will be possible 100%. Classes, and also I was thinking about using the name as an ID. So say, okay, you want to have like the name of this to be an ID, so use name as ID, something like that, like it's just a checkbox, and so that you can find an HTML element easily with by the name of the component. I think that would be useful. And yeah, and also playing a bit more with the inspector here. You know, we actually need more, you know, to play a bit more with the inspector to make sure we're inspecting stuff. One more question. I've been researching action maps. Is there a way to set the action map in the editor? What's the main way to set a custom action map? Oh, you mean for the input stuff? Yeah, the input system is still read-only here because I added it in the last, very last update. When I said the last beta, I added this as a way to just see what was going on here. For 1.0, yes, you will be able to edit these things. Yeah, sorry. Thinking of the words, but yeah, you will be able to set here like but I still haven't figured out the proper UX for this. It's probably going to be very simple. I'm going to change it like 10 times probably, like until I figure out, okay, this is the way. It's going to come out in a very simple way. Probably just click and, you know, and just press a key or something like that for the keyboard stuff. And then for the mouse, I don't know. The gamepads, I also don't know if it should be like a sensor thing. That's the thing. If you don't have a gamepad on hand, you should be able to set this anyway, right? So you should be able to like use your keyboard to set them up. Yeah. So I'm thinking about those things, you know. Maybe it sets it up automatically if you're pressing your keyboard. Then the touch, you can't really do anything. So you really need just a proper, you know, setting things up. So maybe at the beginning it'll be like just, you know, writing them down. And then we'll have like autocomplete, and you know, we'll add a few other things, but the point is that you should be able to set these things up. What I'm mostly interested in is that you would be able to use the normalize for these and the multiplier for the touch areas and things like that, because right now it's a 1-1 for instance here, and it's a bit much for the proper like the touch. So you can control the sensitivity of the touch area, like how much you want your touch to affect, you know, in a different throughout the screen. That really helps to, you know, if you do it well. Like in this case, you know, you have multiplier 2 because it helps more with the look, you know, to move around. I did this. I calibrated this with the first-person shooter example. And yeah, you can see here, for instance, the mouse, how it works here, you know, with the mouse set up. You have 0.505. This is the sensitivity. So being clear about how this works is important. But you know what I'm gonna do, friend master? Are you on Discord? Because the thing is, you can go to the input. And I think you are on Discord, yeah. So because we can go to the Squarepig here saying Squarepig, how's it going, Squarepig? Nice to see you here. Look into the UI UX for the Godot's input manager. Steal the UI UX from that. Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Yeah, Godot does it well there. But yeah, definitely for a final version, 100%. Going for something similar to what Godot does is a good idea. I know how they're doing it now, but are doing the same as always. Yeah, that's a good input system. If you're on Discord, I'll give you. Send you the link there to look into things you can look into how to set them up. You can't set them up in the editor right now, but you can definitely set them up with code easily. So you have a whole API to set up your inputs at runtime. So you could have like your own setup to have, you know, let the user pick up their input, you know, basically for your game. So there's a full API for that. So you should be able to, you know, profit from that 100%. Dan Bahrain here saying, add an option to change position of UI element with mouse in engine. So Dev can just move it with mouse to right position and it could snap or free. Yeah, my problem with that, here's the thing with the mouse. It's really, really hard to do UI inputs here without affecting whatever's going on here, you see, because I'm basically disabling the inputs here, right? You can't click on these things, you see, you're just clicking in the editor, because the thing is, what happens here, this is a div, right? This is the whole div. So if I want to select this div, right, this div has no text. If I select here, what should I select? The group? Should I select the actual text? What if it has background? Like if it has background, okay, it makes it easy for me because I click and I select it. But you know, it gets in the way there. It gets in the way. I don't know. Should I just override? You know, just not let the background clicks to happen because there's a full div here. Like this one is a full div on the screen. So having the menu out would mean that I can't click on anything. Like I wouldn't be able to do this while the menu is showing. So I would have to like properly disable this, everything. So I would either need some kind of unclickable thing, or say, okay, if it's not painted or something like that. Yeah, it's a bit of a mess. It's a bit of a mess to work with. I would have to say, use the the thing to select things that are painted, I guess, to make it work in a way that actually makes sense. Because otherwise it is a mess. So that's my problem with selecting things here. That's why I'm at the beginning, like this first iteration, I'm doing it this way. You just select and you put, okay, row, center, move around, you can put it whatever you want, I don't know. Yeah, depending on the on the positioning, like in this case, it's in a column. You can say as a row, something like that. Is it a row or a column? I don't know. Oh, they're all set as rows. So yeah, I don't know, it will not work. But yeah, basically, I don't know. I guess there's many things to fix here, because I didn't even release this yet. I'm working on it. So these are my tests, actually working with this with you here. But yeah, it's a good idea. We could have definitely positioning, but the point is making sure that the pointer events for this don't destroy the whole experience with the editor. Because my biggest issue is that, for instance, you may want to have like this, right? Like a full menu that is open, like displaying, right? And then everything else is like hidden until you make it shown. You show it in the like in your game logic, right? In your game logic, you grab your main menu and you show it, without having to enable this one, to display the whole UI. But I guess, I don't know. I guess you could have some kind of display on play or something like that. I don't know. There's clutter as well. Yeah, there's clutter to take into account as well. I don't want to be this, like something impossible to read, like a massive component that is, that makes it really hard to read, because the whole point of this is that it should be easy to align things around. But yeah, there's also, I understand the point, that people may just want to move things around in the screen. That's totally understandable. Yeah. Okay, I have to leave, but yeah, thanks so much for joining. And we have Friend Master 2008 asking, any idea 1.0 will be released? That's a very good question to ask to my pillow, because yeah, this is really killing my sleep. The release of Rogue Engine 1.0. If I hadn't been doing, here's a fact. If I didn't get to doing the whole visual scripting thing that I'm doing, this whole thing is what is delaying Rogue Engine 1.0 release. And I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it because it's forcing me to do certain changes within Rogue Engine that I will need to do for 1.0, and that may be needed, maybe necessary for like a major upgrade. So I wouldn't want to release 1.0 without this, and then having to do a major upgrade. You see what I mean? So this is a major feature. I'd rather release it half-baked, because it's not like the main part of the editor, but it's a great thing to start testing in 1.0. See what I mean? So 1.0 comes out and I start, heavily promoting it with this. This is the thing I want to promote for 1.0. I really sat down and thought, like, what do I want to promote for 1.0? Like, what is the great release of 1.0? Well, all the things that we did. Yeah, everything else we did, of course. and everything else we have planned. Of course, just in multi-select is a massive addition to the editor. Considering that we didn't have it for so long. But yeah, this is I think is the thing that will help more people enter the space, because that friend master saying it's something that's relevant here. It's a good feature to have. This is a commercial engine. Visual scripting only increases the value of the engine. Yeah. But the most important thing here is to understand that when you think about who uses a game engine, you're thinking about indie developers, designers sometimes that just rely. For instance, many people rely on blueprints on Unreal Engine. Many people rely on the blueprints like 100%, and you tell them your engine, you have to do TypeScript, and it's like, oh, but I have to program in TypeScript in some other language. I can't do anything without coding. So when you show them, hey, but you can use this Scratch-like thing. Oh, okay, I can actually code like it's doing Scratch. Okay, that's fine. So I'm working hard on this, because even though I wasn't going to add this to 1.0 originally, when I was thinking about the strategy for 1.0 later, I was working on all the other features I wanted to add. I realized that this is the feature I wanted to add 1.0. So I delayed it forcefully, because this is the feature that has to be, this is the heart of 1.0. The fact that it's not just for developers now. Now it's for everyone. And with an AI agent helping you build these things, it's massively more friendly to use, and I think it's a better way to do AI agents, not doing vibe coding garbage, but actually, saying, okay, we build little building blocks, and we make those building blocks, we put those building blocks in places where, they're useful to us. And that is, I think, the heart of this, the heart and soul of this is exactly that. That's what I'm putting the emphasis on. And and that's why 1.0 is not yet out. And it's quite delayed. And it's going to be out when this is ready for to release for the general public. Which was going to be 3 months ago, and it wasn't, because it isn't, because it's actually taken more time, way more time than I thought it would. It is truly complex to do. I very much underestimated how hard this was going to be in every possible level, and I still haven't finished some of the basic things that I need to add, because I built many of the complex stuff. The whole interface around the interpreter and everything, and making it possible for you to build your own actions and things. And so that an agent, an AI, could also build those actions for you, and that the AI could be able to build a whole configuration of a component like this for you. So a component like this is easier to write for an AI than an actual component with code. There's a lot more that can go wrong there. There's a lot less that can go wrong here. It's much simpler. There's less options. So it's more constrict. So yeah, well, I have to leave. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for joining me. We'll see you next time. Bye bye. Thursday, 7 p.m. GMT. Remember that. Bye bye.
you.